Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Raspberry Canoe. Name's Andrew, and I thought I'd just take a few moments to talk about prepping your gear and packing it next week. Actually, I'm hoping to have this video up and running to launch next week, which will be when you're watching it now, which makes no sense as to why I'm telling you this. But anyway, I will be in Killarney with my son camping for 5 days, 4 nights, and we're going to be going a pretty good distance over that time. And it's very important to ensure that you do pack properly, meaning you've got your waterproof, the right things, you've got your gear sorted properly, and you've got the right stuff. So I've gone over the gear that I've packed before. I've got, triple redundancies for water filtration. I've got triple redundancies for fire. I've got many different options for staying warm. And I've got double redundancy for keeping things dry. So I want to make sure that you get a good look at the procedure on how I pack everything and why I've done it. Last week I was just checking out the Killarney Facebook site, and 3 hikers were hella lifted out suffering from hypothermia, and it seemed that 1 or 2 of them fell into the water on the La Cloche Silhouette Trail, which is a tough trail, and they didn't have enough waterproofing on themselves, obviously, but within their gear as well, to be able to survive the fall into the water. And it's really important that you do consider these things while packing and backpacking. So I'm going to take a few moments to just actually pack my bag and explain why I'm doing what I've done to ensure that we have the right waterproofness and the right organization to ensure that whatever happens to us out there, we're going to be able to get warm and get shelter and stay safe. So come on over and take a look. So I'm going to go over the logic. Here. So I've got 2 separate dry bags that contain things that cannot get wet. Down sleeping bag, I've got a wool blanket, I've got all of the clothing, and a reactor liner for the sleeping bag. This will be more than enough to keep us warm, but if it gets wet, we're going to be in trouble because down does not deal well being wet. So this guy here, it's been air pressed in and sealed. This would be fine if you were hiking La Cloche or one of the trails and you had a inside your backpack like this. You wouldn't need to go that extra step. This here is the sleeping pads and our sitting pads. Going to the bottom of this pack, this is a 80-liter mech slog pack, and I'm going to add the bottom. I'm doing this on purpose to ensure that I have sufficient padding to protect everything. I'm going to throw these guys right down to the bottom, and they're going to continue to get compressed as I pack everything else. That's the double redundancy. When this guy gets sealed, those get sealed, if the canoe flips, we're not going to have to worry about anything. Everything that's important will be dry. So the next thing to go into the pack, we've got our tent. We're going to press that right down so there's lots of room. We've got our tent pegs, and we've got our 12 by 10 silt tarp. Fit right in there beautifully as well. I've got our stove and all of our pots and cook set. I've got our wood burning stove. They go up near the top. All of my coffee stuff. I know I'm packing a lot of coffee stuff. And I've got what I would call my extra fire and all of my utility stuff. So this is the stuff that I don't actually go into too often, but I do have a lot of extra stuff in here for the safety's sake. Tape, repair kits, you name it, I've got it in here. Not my first aid kit though. Jackson's going to have a pair of shoes, camp shoes. I know they're a luxury, but you know what, when you're canoeing, sometimes you actually want to wear these guys as your canoe shoes. I'll have a second pair of those as well. And lastly, the food. And that will go in at the end, and I'll pop that on top. So this bag here has some pretty specific instructions. It does say to wind 3 times. Let me just make sure here. Roll 4 times. It says to be waterproof. So you know I can compress quite a bit because this guy here, there's a clip that pulls down, another clip over here that pulls down, and then finally there's this loop and clip system that clips down here and pulls up. That's it. That is all that we're bringing in our main pack. So the day pack is stuff that we need to access right now. You're going to have maps in there, toilet paper. We're going to have our puffies, our down puffies, fishing gear, and our electronics, headlamps and different things like that, along with some of the camera gear. So ultimately, things that need to be dry are your down puffies. This is technical down. In theory, it should be able to deal with getting wet, but honestly, I never want to find out. You don't want to use these in the rain. You really don't want to sweat in them a whole lot. They're the kind of things that will keep you incredibly warm, and they will save your life. But if they're wet, they're not good for anything. So those guys are inside a plastic bag, and they will be sealed up. And I'll just do a rough tie, and they will go to the bottom of this guy here. This is my little day pack. I also have dinner, which I will put water into when we get about halfway through a day. That's just a dehydration, so I'm just going to add water to that. And that actually goes here as well. Bug protection. There's 2 bug nets in here, full upper body shirts, and that will be interesting. I'm not sure we're going to need them or not, but darn if I'm going to be out there without them if I do. So they go in here. I've got the electronics, which I don't anticipate we'll need right off the bat. I've got a couple of these Patagonia, a pair of pants and a jacket, the Houdini. You know what, somebody might be a little bit cold, and these things actually do a great job of keeping you warm. They go in there. We've got ourselves ponchos. These are actually these double as shelters as well, so these will keep us dry in the canoes. And of course, toilet paper. I've got the maps, which will have an interesting life somewhere. I got a paper map, and I've got the actual waterproof lining map, so that'll go in here as well. I've got 3 copies of the paper map, because as you can see, I'm probably pretty rough on them. I've also got GPS. And basically that's a fishing kit there. Everything that's in here that can't get wet has been sealed. Up top, we're going to have a bit of a tricky time getting this folded over. There's my first aid kit. And some electronic stuff that can get wet. Go color such. These are the Canoe B freezer, our water purification while we're on the canoe, and they'll simply just go into the side pouches here. Keeping them there right now because I'm a little worried about how fragile the bags are. I can make repairs in those if I have to in the field. But that bag right there is what I'll wear while portaging with the canoe. Jackson's going to wear this guy here. And other than the fishing rod, and yeah, I know, not exactly light, but you know what, this hatchet here, or this axe, only weighs 2 pounds, and it does all of our wood processing and everything else. The only other blades we carry are neck knives, and that's all we use, and it's been all I've ever used. Our clothing is all on the car. It's been treated with permethrin, and I am hoping it's not going to be necessary this trip, but we should be pretty good to stay tick-free, mosquito-free. The only thing I'm a little worried about is black flies, but we should be about as good as we're going to get with that. That's pretty much it. So double redundancy for the sleep gear. It will never get wet, even if we flip the canoe. And as far as the puffies, they're the only things I'm really concerned about. Toilet paper, obviously, but things that we need to survive out in inclement weather. Could be colder, could be wet. We're going to be all over the place. Probably have 20-degree temperature swings, including various different states of weather, raining and so on. So it's really important that we are prepared. And honestly, that right there, I am not a bodybuilder by any means, but I certainly, I lift that can't be 10 pounds. And last time I checked, I couldn't single arm curl 50 pounds, so I don't think I can single arm curl 40 pounds. So I'm thinking this is probably about 30 to 35 pounds. So our total bring-in, food and everything, including that axe and fishing rod, is probably sub 45 pounds. And that's for 2 men, and that's for 5 days, 4 nights, and about 150 kilometers. To me, that's the kind of weight you should all be aiming for, and we have not sacrificed even one little bit of safety here. Anyway guys, short video. It's going to be a bit ugly because I don't have time to edit it properly. I'm going to be posting it today to launch on Wednesday, which is a time that I like to launch my videos. It's probably going to be missing some of the logos and so on, but anyway, I really look forward to processing the video footage that we get from Killarney, and really putting on a good show for you. So it's getting better every week. Still got lots to learn. I really appreciate the subscribers that are jumping on, all 35, and I'm clocking the hours. My goal is not to become a professional YouTuber. My goal is to actually build a brand and be able to one day retire and do the thing that I love, which is outdoor stuff, camping, backcountry, you name it. Get me out to the woods, and I am a happy camper. Anyway, till next time, happy hiking. Thank you for tuning in, and please keep subscribing, liking, sharing. I hope this is some value to you guys. Take care. Woo! It's a wrap.